Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you, and let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. All right, folks, we got 4 coaches on the hot seat. Well, they're on the hottest of hot seats, and we're going to talk about that today. Now, we just got done with a big weekend, and Auburn lost a really close one, and that hurt Brian Harsin. And it was really a pretty good game by Auburn, but they struggled holding on to the ball. And then we had old Shane. Shane won his game, but I don't know. His record's not looking so good. Now, old Eli Drinkwitz, look, they played a great game against Georgia, but man, his record, I don't know. So we're going to talk to Eli. And of course, we got to talk to Jimbo. Jimbo's got all these 5 stars, and he's not doing any better than the former head coach of Texas A&M. So we'll be talking to him as well. So let's start out with Jimbo. Now, hopefully we've got everybody on satellite ready to go. They've all agreed to be on the show. So we'll see how. It kind of surprised me. I didn't expect him to come on this channel, but I guess they really wanted to talk. So we'll start out with Jimbo. Coach Fisher, I wanted to ask you about your offense. You seem to really be struggling. I watched the game yesterday against Mississippi State, and y'all, really struggled offensively. Can you talk about that a little bit? Well, hello there, Sports Talk Jay. First things first, I didn't buy any players, and I don't appreciate you accusing me of that. I don't buy the players, okay? We recruit just like everybody else does. Coach, I really didn't ask you about that. I was just wanting to know about your offense. I'm sorry about that, Sports Talk Jay. It's that Saban. He just gets me so mad sometimes I can't stand it. Yeah, our offense is struggling, there's no doubt, and, we're just going to keep working on it. It's all I know to do. I'm not terribly worried about my job. I mean, the buyout would be so big on this that I'm not worried about, and I've got their support. They've made that clear to me, so I'm not going to sit around here and worry about it. But I got to play Saban next week, and that guy just makes me so mad. Well, Coach Saban here, I heard my name being used not in the best terms by Mr. Jimbo there. I'm not going to put up with that crap. We're playing them next week, and good luck to you, buddy. It's not going to be pretty. Well, hello there, Coach Saban. Hey, I didn't know you were coming on the show. Coach Saban, can you talk to me a little bit about the game you had the other day, and of course, the injury to Bryce Young? Is he going to be okay? I know you've been asked about it, but I just wanted to see how he's doing. Hey, Sports Talk Jay, or whatever your name is. Don't you want to hear about the game? Don't you want to talk about the game? All you want to do is talk about Bryce Young? Hey, he's going to be fine, okay? I'm not touchy about it. Jeez, it's a little sprain. He'll be okay. Just talk about the game. Nobody ever asked me about the game. I just don't get it.
Affleck.
All right, boy, talking about 2 touchy coaches. That's going to be a tough game next week between those 2 guys. Woo, man, let's take a look at Jimbo's record. Let's see, they're 3-2. They've lost 2 games and 1-1 in the conference. And, of course, they started out with Sam Houston, beat them. Then they got beat by Appalachian State. That stings. I mean, that really stings. Then they barely beat Miami, and they did manage to pull one off in Arkansas. Isn't that the one where I think it hit the top of the goalpost or something crazy like that? And then Mississippi State put a whooping on them yesterday. So they've almost, good grief, they barely win. They're just not scoring enough points. That's really what it boils down to. He'd better get that figured out. Now, granted, to buy him out would be massive, but look, it's Texas. All they've got down there is a bunch of oil money, and it wouldn't be a problem, I don't think. So let's skip on over here and talk about old Shane Beamer. Let's talk to old Shane for a minute, see how he's doing. In old South Carolina, they're 0-2 in the conference. They're 3-2 for the year, and they've won 2 in a row. So let's see what's going on with their record itself, who they're playing. So let's see. They started out and they beat Georgia State, and he was awful proud of that. And then let's see, Arkansas whooped up on them. And then, Georgia. Whew, that was just brutal. And then they beat Charlotte, and then they beat South Carolina State. So they've got 3 wins. I wouldn't call them quality. Well, I guess Georgia State is one, according to Shane. Next, they're up against Kentucky. Pretty solid ball club there, so that should be pretty interesting. So, Coach Beamer, how you feeling? I know last year you started out kind of rough, but sort of steadied the boat. This year you've already lost 2 of the real games you had, and you've had a few cupcakes, and now you're 3-2. So, how you feeling 0-2 in the conference? Well, hello there, Sports Talk Jay. How you doing? Man, I'm just sitting back. I'm still enjoying that Georgia State win. There's a lot of teams that don't know what that feels like. Vols, I'm looking in your direction. Oh, yeah. We took Georgia State down, baby. You saw what we did to South Carolina State too, didn't you? Those are pretty good wins. I don't care who you are. And as far as me being on the hot seat, I don't think so. I'm in year 2. I'm doing just fine. Look, we're 3-2. That's how I see it. I'm not worried about being 0-2 in the conference. We got Kentucky next week. We'll see how that goes, but we're 3-2, and that's the way I see it, and I don't see it any other way. So, you can just back off there, Sports Talk Jay. You got kind of a big mouth anyway. I don't like you. I don't appreciate your insinuation that I'm on the hot seat because I'm not. So, whatever. I don't even know why I came on this stupid channel anyway. Well, all right, Coach Beamer, I appreciate you coming on the show. Sorry I made you mad. Look, I make a lot of people mad. Not on purpose. I'm just asking the questions that need to be asked. That's all. So let's see what else we got on the list here. Oh, Mr. Eli Drinkwitz. Man, Eli had a good game yesterday. Doggone it. They almost beat Georgia, which would have been a heck of an upset, but didn't pull it off. So let's see what Eli's up to. We got him linked up. We do. Hey, Eli. Well, look, great game yesterday. You almost pulled it off. But let's take a look at your record. I'm afraid you're down here at the very bottom. You're 2-3. You're 0-2 in the conference. And as we look at your games here, Louisiana Tech, you did win that game. Then Kansas State whooped up on you something awful, 40-12. And then you did beat ACU. I don't even know who that is. Then Auburn beat you. I don't know how y'all lost that game. I think you're almost snake bit. That was unbelievable. First, you missed a little field goal, and then the guy fumbles, and it's just y'all should have won that game. But Auburn did pull it out somehow, some way. And then you had the great game yesterday. So, it's really unfortunate. You could have won those last 2 games and been sitting pretty instead of being on the hot seat. So hopefully the rest of the year you can, show some improvement or something, because I'm sure the natives are getting restless up there in Missouri. I was glad to see they all showed up for the game, though. That's better than last year. Well, hello there, Sports Talk Jay. Golly. I'm just looking around, I'm waiting for something to fall on me. I got all this bad luck. My gosh. Last 2 games, are you kidding me? The Auburn game and then the Georgia game, we could have won both of them. We can't catch a break. I don't get it. I need some luck. Somebody give me some luck. This is why I'm on the hot seat. If not for, oh, man. We got to win that Auburn game. And we had them. Do you understand? We had Georgia, the number 1 place. Oh, they were number 1. Oh, man. I'm just not in the mood to talk Sports Talk, Jay. Maybe another time we can talk about this hot seat stuff, but I'm just not in the mood. I don't know why I agreed to come on this channel today. Waiting on something bad to happen to me again. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show anyway, Eli. That was nice of you. I know the last 2 weeks have been really rough, and sorry you're on the hot seat, but you are. Look, I don't make this stuff up. It just is what it is. Last but not least, Brian Harsin of Auburn. I've got to talk to him. He looks to me like the type of guy to be a little bit grumpy, and then on top of it, man, that game yesterday has got to be painful to LSU, losing that game. But, he agreed to be on the channel, and look, I need to ask him the questions. Hey, Coach Harsin, how you doing, bud? Hey, look, I got to ask you this. You're obviously big time on the hot seat. There's even been reports that, you're going to be let go at the end of the year and all this, which I don't know if that's true or not. You played a heck of a game yesterday against LSU. I thought you had it. 17-0, then all of a sudden that scoop and score freak play and got them right back in the game. And then y'all turned the ball over another 3 times, 4 turnovers in a game, and they only had 1. You're not going to win in the SEC 4-1 on turnovers. I don't care how good you played, and y'all played great, really. You did. But, look, you're on the hot seat. I mean, right here you sit. Now, granted, you are 3-2. You're 1-1 in the conference. You should have won that game yesterday. You'd be 2-0, and I don't see you getting fired at 2-0 in the conference and 4-1. But the problem is Penn State whooped up on you so bad. And here's your games. Obviously, you took out Mercer, whoopity-doo. Then you took out San Jose State, another cupcake. And then Penn State just put a whooping on you. And I think that's what got everybody even more upset. And then I don't know how you won that game with Missouri. You're very lucky there. And then very unlucky to lose yesterday. So next, oh, man, you got Georgia next. And Georgia's going to have fire in their eyes after what happened to them at Missouri. That's going to be tough. So it's not going to be pretty. Then you got to go to Ole Miss. And that may even be the guy that ends up there. They're even talking about hiring him, old Lane Kiffin. So, we'll see about that. And then Arkansas, man, you've got a tough road to hoe. But you know what? You start winning some of these games, you might be fine. Coach Harsin, how you feeling, bud? Well, hello there, Sports Talk Jay. Old Coach Harsin here, man. I'm telling you what. Look, I can't be worrying about all these rumors and such. Look, we should have won the game yesterday. We'd be 4-1. We had it. We just turned the ball over too much. 4 turnovers and that freak play. You're right to call it a freak play, the scoop and score. But we're going to go back. We're going to focus on the process, the things we're doing good, the things we're not doing correctly. We're going to try to correct those and try to emphasize the positive, especially a game like yesterday where the guys really showed up and gave it all they had. And look, you know, sometimes in life and in sports, it just doesn't go the way you want it to. But I'm not going to be worrying about who was it you said, Lane Kiffin. I'm not worried about Lane Kiffin. Hey, did somebody say my name? Somebody talking about Lane Kiffin? Well, here's old Coach Kiffin for you. Guess who won yesterday? Ole Miss. That's right. We took out those Wildcats in a wild, barn-burning type game. I'm not on any hot seat. I'm undefeated, baby. Oh, yeah. And, hey, the crowd showed up yesterday. I had to give them enough grief, but they showed up. So what y'all talking about me for? I'm not going anywhere. I'm just fine at Ole Miss. What are you talking about? I'd never leave a program. You know better than that. Look, I'm Mr. Loyal. I never heard of such a thing. Well, all right, Coach Kiffin. Hey, it's Sports Talk Jay here. Yeah, I mean, you're making, what, $7 million a year down there at Ole Miss. So, you know, if Auburn was to try to get you, what are they going to have to pay you? 8, 9, probably $10 million a year on at least a 5 or 6 year deal. What's that? $50, $60 million. That's probably what it's going to take to get you out of Ole Miss, I would think. And I'm sure Nebraska's going to be throwing some money at you. You can probably count on that. Did you just say 50 or 60 million? Oh, now I don't know about that. Now, you know, you start talking $50 million, you're probably going to get my attention. You might get the Lane train moving. Woo-hoo-hoo, like that money. Ooh, that didn't sound too positive for Ole Miss. Man, they might have to pony up and try to keep him. I don't know. Boy, he sounded a little bit excited about that amount of money, but that's probably what it's going to take. So there's your 4 coaches. And, of course, now you've heard from them, heard what they had to say. We'll see how this hot seat thing goes, but, you know, some of them are going to get fired, I would think. Coach Harsin needs to start winning. I can tell you that. Coach Drinkwitz, you need to start winning. Shane Beamer, you need to start winning. You know, I think Jimbo, hey, you need to start winning too. Of course, he knows that. So, you know, hey, it's tough out there in the SEC world. But you know what? Every single one of them, if they leave, they're going to get a ton of money and a huge buyout. Hey, did I hear somebody say buyout? This is Coach Orgeron, baby. Let me tell you something. We're going to talk about buying out. I know a lot about that now. I'll tell you what, $16 million, whoop, whoop. That's what I'm talking about, down here having a good time. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with the buyout. Look, sometimes you just get tired of a place, they get tired of you. You know how it is down there in Baton Rouge. You can only last a little while, but that's okay. Hey, for you coaches out there, look, you get fired, don't worry about it, man. You just come see Coach O, man. We'll hang out and have a good time with all those tens of millions of dollars you boys will be getting. It ain't no bad way to live, I can tell you that right now. Take it from Coach O. Well, Coach O showed up. Of all things, I guess when you start talking buyouts, you're going to hear from him. All right, folks, that's just a quick look at some coaches that are on the hot seat. Hey, look, you know, this is the SEC. If you're not winning, you're not sitting on a cold seat. I can promise you that. You start losing, and you're going to be on that hot seat pretty quick. I don't care who you are. Maybe not Saban, and, well, probably not Coach Heupel or Kirby, but the rest of you, you better win, baby. This is the SEC. That even goes for those 3 guys, too. Everybody loves you when you're winning, and they can't stand you when you're losing. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover the SEC and, of course, the Vols. That's what I normally cover. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.